Boxing truth here. Mikey Garcia just ducked the shit out of Jorge Linares. Talking all that shit, sending fake call-outs, putting out tweets saying he wants the Miguel Cottos, the Jorge Linares of the world, the unification bouts, the significant fights. Put his name in boxing, put his name on the map, become a bigger star by taking these fights. But some disappointing news was reported just recently. Dan Rafael posted the article detailing the situation regarding the lightweight unification bout between Jorge Linares and Mikey Garcia. And Rafael has Eric Gomez of Golden Boy on the record that Mikey Garcia turned down a unification fight with Jorge Linares, which is not very surprising. It's an Al Haymon fighter after all. But you would think that Mikey Garcia would be the exception, that he would be the one Al Haymon fighter that just doesn't accept Al Haymon's protection program, that he will be willing to take a real fight, a career-defining fight that can really define his legacy and his career. This would have been his biggest, most significant fight, his most meaningful fight of his career, a chance to unify the lightweight division, a chance to become a lineal champion. A win over Linares could place him in the top 10, top 5 pound-for-pound ranks. Could move him closer to a possible spot in the Hall of Fame. This was a big fight for both guys because it was really important for both guys' careers. A chance for Linares to prove to the boxing world that he's not an underachiever. If he was to win, he will fulfill the prophecy of all the boxing insiders who thought he would be a top pound-for-pound talent and possible future Hall of Famer. A win over Mikey Garcia could have cemented Jorge Linares' legacy. But Mikey Garcia turned it down. Even though he had the perfect deal on the table, at least it was being reported. Everything's out there, the details of the terms. Mikey Garcia was offered 50-50 down the middle financial split. He was not given any options, didn't have to further commit to a promoter, didn't have to sign a multi-fight deal with Golden Boy to get the Linares fight. It was a one-off. It was a mandated fight by WBC. So it would have been a one-fight deal, winner take all, winner moves on to bigger and better things. Al Haymon would have been involved in the event. Golden Boy approved of that. There would have been a network issue. The fight would have went to the highest bidder. Whoever bid the most money would have gained rights to the fight to televise it, whether that be in Showtime or HBO. And Mikey Garcia still turned it down. Him turning down that deal makes you shake my head in disgust. I've lost a little respect for Mikey Garcia because I thought he wanted the more meaningful fights, the important fights in his career that really boost his profile. But instead, he's going to opt for another fight. He's quoted as saying he's been offered a big opportunity for another fight. Still trying to figure out what that fight may be. Most likely will be Robert Easter Jr., a unification for his IBF strap. And it's not a bad fight. I'm not going to shill over that fight. But look, Mikey Garcia turned down a much more significant fight, a chance to fight the number one guy in the division, perhaps become a lineal champion, and instead he wants to fight a paper champion. He opted for easier work, most likely. If he's going to fight Robert Easter Jr. next, sometime early next year. Easter Jr., he's an okay fighter, but let's be real, he's a paper champion. He's still developing. He's still a young guy coming up, still learning on the trade, still learning on the job, and he's coming off a gift decision over Denis Shafikov. He tried to defend his claim as champion, and he failed in my eyes. Got a gift decision in his hometown. Anywhere else in the boxing world, he would have lost to Denis Shafikov, but was given a nod on that night. Easter is not really that good. I don't see no world beater when I watch him fight. He's got a lot of flaws, needs to work on a lot of things. He's just not seasoned enough, not experienced enough, And that's a much easier fight for Mikey Garcia, in my opinion, compared to Jorge Linares. Linares is the tougher fight. He's fully rehabilitated from his losses. He's coming in with so much confidence, a winning streak. He has a lot of momentum going into the fight. He's punching very hard with his right hand. He defeated a defending champion. He didn't win no vacant strap. And he defended his claim as champion in his last fight, defeating his mandatory challenger, defeated a young, hungry contender. It's not easy fighting those type of guys, young, hungry contenders. Those are the most dangerous fights to take in boxing. Let's see if Danny Jacobs could do the job this Saturday when he fights a young, hungry contender for the first time in his career. But Mikey Garcia most likely just opted for an easier fight. He's quoted as saying it's a business decision. I know why he turned it down. Haymon broke the bank for him. He reached into his pocket and paid Mikey Garcia more money than what was offered to fight Jorge Linares. That's what Haymon does. He overpays you so you won't leave him, or you won't do a fight that's not a part of his plans, not a part of his vision for you. He wants to take care of you. He wants to keep you on a certain side. And he's just giving Mikey Garcia bad advice. Even though Mikey Garcia is going to be well taken care of, he's going to get paid handsomely, whoever the opponent is, for his next fight, most likely Robert Easter Jr. But he's denying himself an opportunity at a much more meaningful fight, something that just does more for his career in terms of legacy, in terms of his place in boxing, the pound-for-pound rankings. A win over Robert Easter Jr. doesn't exactly do much. It gives him another strap, but over a paper champion, a guy that's the least regarded in the division, barely scrapes by mandatory defenses, needs gift decisions over Denis Shavikov. He wants to go after that work instead of fighting a multi-division champion, a guy that can punch, a guy with boxing skills, in a much more competitive fight in my eyes with Jorge Linares for the lineal status in the lightweight division. Very disappointing, Mikey. Thought you was going to be the exception, dog. Thought you was going to take some real fights, even though Haymon's going to be in your ear to be a part of the protection program or just to be a part of his side. But if you fight Robert Easter Jr., man, that's a duck, man. You're taking an easier fight. Most likely will get paid more money, but you're not going to get the respect in the eyes of the fans. You're staying clear from the fight that really matters against the #1 guy in the division. A chance to become lineal, a chance to unify titles for the first time in your career. I don't know what Haymon's telling you, dog. I know he's offering you the bank to rather fight one of his fighters. You made your choice. You turned that fight down. That would have been a real fight. It would have been fair play too. Golden Boy wouldn't have fucked you over. It would have been a real fight, fair officiating, winner take all. Who wins gets the bragging rights, and you move on to bigger and better things. But now you're gonna fight one of Haymon's fighters on Showtime, and you're gonna be at risk once again, because you're gonna be fighting a brother. And now Haymon looks out for his brothers. You dominated the shit out of Adrian Broner, and somehow judges gave him 4 rounds. I think at least 2 judges gave him 4 rounds. So you want to take an in-house fight with Robert Easter Jr.? That's fine, but you make sure you knock his ass out. That shit goes to a decision. You never know. Robert Easter has gotten gift decisions before in his career. So you make sure you do the job. If it's Easter Jr. next, most likely will be next. But man, it just makes me shake my head that you turned down that fight. Everything you wanted too. Everything backfired. Your tweets, the shit you was popping. Doesn't matter if there's a multi-fight deal on the table. you're still going to turn down significant fights. You pretty much have stated your stance to the boxing fans. You're going to take Al Heyman's advice. You're going to fight the opponents he wants you to fight. And you're going to stay on the Showtime brand. Even though this fight for your career is what really matters right now. You could have fought Easter after Linares if you won. But hey, it's your career, man. You're going to do you as long as Al Heyman is taking care of you. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.